Hello and welcome to another update video about GALA. Let's start actually at the daily time frame. A few people have asked what could be a suitable target for GALA in the next all-time high. So first of all, GALA needs to recover. Very important structural level or FIB level that it needs to get above is at around 10 cents. That's the 88.7% FIB level. Just want to mention that. But other than that, let's take a look at what GALA could do in the next all-time high scenario. We're taking a look at the Fibonacci extension tool, and please only see this as a guideline. Yeah, we don't need to be 100% exact here because prices are way too dynamic anyway, but that we get some kind of a guideline for an all-time high. So if we assume that the rally in November 21 was a so-called wave 1, the first larger impulse, it could also just be an ABC, which would be the bearish outcome. However, due to the strength of it, I would argue it's an ABC. It's a wave 1, but both is unfortunately possible, especially given how strong GALA came down here. But let's keep the bullish outcome, the overall bullish outcome, our primary. In that scenario, we would look at least 143 for GALA in a wave 3. So if we have here a wave 1, the current correction is a wave 2, and in the next all-time high scenario, we would first put in a wave 3. That would at a minimum reach that 1.618 extension, possibly also the 200% extension at 176. Then we would get a wave 4 and another wave 5. So it would basically look like this: wave 1 up, wave 2 down, wave 3 up somewhere here. Then a wave 4 down, which is a shallow retracement, and a wave 5 to the upside, which then should take us sort of in the region around 230. That's certainly realistic. But bear in mind that these are minimum targets. Yeah, so if we really get into a new all-time high scenario, and if GALA is putting in that third wave, from experience they can overshoot them quite significantly if the sentiment is really bullish across the crypto market. Yeah, especially, I mean, these targets like the 1.618 extension for wave 3, they are really only ideal targets / minimum targets. And again, in a very bullish environment, a lot of the altcoins especially can break them. So that we've covered that now, let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Just want to highlight to you why there is no guarantee yet that the overall bear market here is over for GALA. That is very important to understand. And I have to go to the log chart, otherwise you won't see it very well due to the extensions on the chart here. All of it could simply be a fourth wave correction still. Yeah, it could all just be a fourth wave correction still. There is no guarantee that this is already the end of the bear market. I currently have a situation here where I'm counting those moves as an AB back in December 21, and we're now coming down in a C wave, and this C wave consists of a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I'm observing this. This is not necessarily, don't treat it as it definitely has to happen like that. We certainly have an impulse coming to the upside now, so we're following that in the short term. And if we see strong signals that this is a bullish rally, then we can of course change scenarios. This is just for info that as per Elliott wave, as per market structure, we haven't even made a significant higher high on the daily time frame, and there is no guarantee currently that this rally is the end of the bear market. Please understand that. So be careful still. But of course, it is quite a bit of a rally across the market, across altcoins. So we're observing this, and GALA could certainly be in the process of finishing a first wave up. If we want to count it bullish, a first wave up. Next, we're going to put in a wave 2. If we hold a higher low, we can trade a wave 3. Then there would be a 4 and a 5. And that would be 5-wave move up. Then we get an ABC down. Another possibility to scale in, to trade the next 5-wave move up. And so it continues, right? And I will give my best to, on the short term, to give you here targets. Always bear in mind when we come down here, 5 waves up, yes, and then come down and we think it might be a wave 2. It might just be something like that. A wave to the upside, B wave down, and then we rally in a C wave. And as long as we don't cut into the wave 1 price region here at around 15.5 cents, this could just be an ABC 4th wave, and we would then still come down in a 5th wave, make another low. Yeah, so that's a possible scenario as well. That's why it's so important to use stop loss to take it level by level. At the moment, there is no way of saying which of these scenarios is going to play out on the higher time frame. We can make assumptions, but eventually those higher degree patterns will be confirmed by the lower degree patterns, and we are following the lower degree patterns out of that exact reason. And I give you support levels all the time. These can of course be traded if you like to. These are simply areas where I believe the price is turning around. They are not financial advice. And if the price is doing it, then of course over time a more bullish structure can build. At some point we can guarantee, or not guarantee, you can never guarantee anything in these markets, but we can say with greater confidence that the bear market low is already in. Wouldn't get too hung up on, is it in or not? It doesn't really matter, because overall we are still in the greater accumulation phase if you like the project and you can DCA in the long term. There's one possible strategy at least, or you're just going level by level, and then it doesn't really matter if the low is already in or not, because you can trade these support areas, scale into support, scale out of resistance, and you trade level by level. So that is highly, highly interesting. And over time, when you trade it level by level, over time, when those larger structures build, that on the larger time frame, we have enough evidence to say that the low is already in, then yeah, then we have another entry point where we could maybe even be a bit more aggressive. What I want to emphasize here is all the time just the risk management and money management. A lot of people don't understand what it means, and I always read the comments, I've lost 20,000 or something. You don't lose that amount of money if you have solid risk management in place. And please start with the basics if you're trading, especially if you're trading with leverage. But let's start here in the lower time frame now. Here we have basically unchanged situation to the last video, where I said that in this green support area I do expect some kind of a buy reaction. We already hit this area and bounced away from it. But yeah, we've got a couple of scenarios here. We could say maybe this wave 1 that I showed you is already finished and we're now coming down in ABC. Then we would pretty much aligned with the mana wave count, where I also think we have a good chance that a wave 2 is currently going on, or with Rune. But as long as we're holding the support here at 3.41 cents, it could be that we are currently still putting this fourth wave in. That's possible as well. I think some coins are currently doing this fourth wave. Some coins are already working on their wave 2. We don't know which one is playing out. Therefore, we've got these critical support levels defined. And if we break below 3.41 cents, it will get very unlikely there is still a wave 4. And then we have to be preparing for the wave 2. Prepare for both outcomes, please. The wave 4 can be very long and boring, and it could very well be that we are putting this wave still in. That would be in line with what ADA is probably doing, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we could say we came down here in an A wave. This was an overshooting B wave, and we're now coming down in C, or actually W, X, Y, and then in the Y wave we've got another W, X, Y, and then in the Y wave we've got an A, B, C. Hope that makes sense. It's basically in line with what ADA is doing, Ethereum, roughly. So it would allow here for further downside, and the reason for that, why I mentioned that, is if we have something like A wave, B wave, C wave, yeah, to come down further and maybe finish that fourth wave down here, then this B wave is obviously corrective, and it looks very corrective, looks very choppy. If we measure that, then you can see that the B wave has now reached the 38.2% fib level. That's sort of a low retracement target for a B wave, but absolutely possible. It can without a problem go higher. I wouldn't be surprised to see 4.8, 5 or 5.2 cents, but be aware this could just all be a B wave, because a B wave can stretch out quite a bit. It's got quite a large area to move in, and we could still be in the early days of that orange B wave. Yeah, so all of that is corrective at the moment. At least it looks corrective, and therefore I'm sort of in favor of that we're not finished yet, and we might come down deeper into this green support area. I am preferring that outcome because it looks more likely on the taking into everything into consideration, also other charts, and yeah. So, but to the bottom line is, as long as this wave 4 is holding down here, the 3.41 cent level, we can still argue this is a wave 4. And if we break it, then we have a situation of a larger ABC structure here, and we come down in wave 2. And if we break it, I will give you an additional support area for this wave 2, where we could then say that we will, with a high likelihood, find support down here somewhere. But at the moment, we can focus still on higher in the 5th wave, as long as we're holding the 3.41 cent level. Okay, and that's my update about GALA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.